Record-breaking medical malpractice settlement shows growing scrutiny of men's health clinics. In a landmark decision that has sent shockwaves through the medical community, a New Mexico court has awarded a male patient $412 million in damages against NuMale Medical Center, marking one of the largest medical malpractice settlements in U.S. history. The case, which centered around fraudulent practices and complications from penile enhancement procedures, has brought renewed attention to the regulation and oversight of men's health clinics and cosmetic medical procedures. The unprecedented settlement, announced in late 2023, stems from a case where the plaintiff, who has chosen to remain anonymous, suffered severe complications following a series of penile injections administered at a NuMale Medical Center location. The case revealed troubling patterns of inadequate patient screening, misleading marketing practices, and failure to obtain proper informed consent. The legal battle and its implications. The lawsuit alleged that NuMale Medical Center engaged in fraudulent practices by misrepresenting both the safety and efficacy of their procedures. Court documents revealed that the clinic had downplayed significant risks while making exaggerated claims about potential benefits. The plaintiff's legal team successfully argued that the clinic had prioritized profit over patient safety, leading to a pattern of negligent care that extended beyond this single case. The $412 million award included both compensatory and punitive damages, with the jury specifically citing the need to send a strong message to the growing men's health clinic industry. The compensatory damages covered medical expenses, lost wages, and pain and suffering, while the punitive damages were intended to address the systematic nature of the clinic's fraudulent practices. Medical evidence and expert testimony. During the trial, medical experts testified about the serious risks associated with penile enhancement injections when performed without proper protocols or patient screening. The plaintiff experienced severe complications, including tissue damage, chronic pain, and permanent disfigurement. Expert witnesses emphasized that many of these complications could have been prevented with proper medical oversight and adherence to established safety protocols. The case brought to light that the clinic had been using techniques and substances that deviated from accepted medical standards. Evidence presented at trial showed that some of the injectable materials used were not FDA approved for the intended purpose, and proper sterility protocols were not consistently followed. Industry-wide implications. The record-breaking settlement has sparked intense discussion within the medical community about the regulation of men's health clinics and cosmetic procedures. Professional medical organizations have called for stricter oversight and standardization of practices in this rapidly growing sector of healthcare. Urologists not involved in the case explain that this verdict serves as a wake-up call for the entire industry. There are an increasing number of facilities offering these procedures without adequate medical supervision or proper safety protocols. The size of this settlement reflects not just the severity of the injury, but also the systemic nature of the issue. The role of marketing and patient vulnerability. One of the key aspects highlighted during the trial was the aggressive marketing tactics employed by men's health clinics. Evidence showed that NuMale Medical Center had targeted vulnerable individuals through advertising that minimized risks while making unrealistic promises about results. The marketing materials often played on male insecurities while downplaying the medical nature of the procedures. The court found that these marketing practices contributed to a pattern of inadequate informed consent, as patients were not given complete and accurate information about the risks and limitations of the procedures. This aspect of the case has led to calls for stricter regulation of medical advertising, particularly in the realm of cosmetic procedures. Regulatory response and future oversight. In response to the verdict, several state medical boards have announced plans to review their oversight of facilities offering similar procedures. The case has highlighted gaps in current regulatory frameworks, particularly regarding the classification and supervision of certain cosmetic procedures. The New Mexico Medical Board has already announced plans to implement new guidelines specifically addressing men's health clinics and similar facilities. These guidelines will include stricter requirements for physician supervision, mandatory reporting of adverse events, and more detailed informed consent procedures. Impact on patient care and safety. The settlement has already begun to influence how similar facilities operate. Many clinics are reviewing their protocols and implementing more stringent safety measures. Dr. James Wilson, a medical ethicist at a major university hospital, notes, "This case demonstrates the critical importance of proper medical oversight in what many incorrectly view as simple cosmetic procedures. These are medical interventions with real risks that require proper protocols and patient safeguards. Healthcare facilities across the country are now reassessing their practices, particularly in areas such as patient screening and medical history evaluation, documentation of informed consent, quality control measures for injectable materials, emergency response protocols, long-term follow-up care, the role of insurance and accountability." The case has also raised questions about medical malpractice insurance coverage for these types of procedures. Insurance providers are reviewing their policies regarding cosmetic procedures and may implement new requirements for coverage. This could lead to increased scrutiny of facilities offering these services and potentially higher operating costs that could affect the industry's business model. Patient advocacy and education. Patient advocacy groups have seized upon this case as an opportunity to promote better education about cosmetic procedures and patient rights. These organizations are working to develop resources to help potential patients better understand the risks and benefits of various procedures, as well as questions they should ask before proceeding with any treatment. Looking forward, industry changes and patient safety. The unprecedented size of the settlement is likely to have lasting effects on the men's health clinic industry. Legal experts predict an increase in similar lawsuits, while medical professionals anticipate stricter regulation and oversight. This may lead to consolidation within the industry as smaller facilities struggle to meet new compliance requirements. This verdict will likely cause many facilities to either significantly upgrade their practices or exit the market entirely. The days of treating these procedures as simple cosmetic services are now over. Conclusion. The $412 million verdict against NuMale Medical Center represents more than just compensation for one patient's suffering. It marks a turning point in the oversight and regulation of men's health clinics and cosmetic procedures. The case has exposed significant gaps in current regulatory frameworks and highlighted the need for stronger patient protections. As the industry adapts to these changes, patients may find fewer facilities offering these services. But those that remain will likely operate under stricter safety protocols and medical supervision. The lasting impact of this case will likely be measured not just in dollars, but in improved patient safety standards and more rigorous oversight of cosmetic medical procedures. The medical community, regulatory bodies, and patient advocacy groups continue to monitor the ripple effects of this landmark case as it reshapes the landscape of men's health services and cosmetic medical procedures in the United States. The verdict serves as a powerful reminder that medical procedures, regardless of their cosmetic nature, require proper medical oversight, patient protection, and adherence to established safety protocols.